Good morning. This is XPulse AI Morning Mix. I'm Iris, and today is Friday, March 6th. We're covering OpenAI's new GPT 5.4 Thinking in ChatGPT, big moves in agentic coding and enterprise agents, and a fast swing in AI chips and export controls. Orion's here with me. Ready?
Ready, let's jump in.
Leading the day, OpenAI's ChatGPT release notes published March 5th say GPT 5.4 and GPT 5.4 Thinking are now in ChatGPT. What's actually new here?
OpenAI is positioning GPT 5.4 as a single frontier model that blends stronger reasoning, coding, and agent-style workflows. The notes emphasize better work inside software environments, documents, spreadsheets, presentations, and a thinking mode that can lay out an upfront plan so you can steer mid-response.
For someone using it at work, what should they try first?
Start with tasks that are half analysis, half execution. Draft the deck outline, then create the speaker notes, or audit this spreadsheet and propose fixes. The plan-first behavior matters because it's easier to intervene early, before the model confidently produces a beautiful, wrong artifact.
On March 4th, OpenAI's official blog said the Codex app is now available on Windows, framed as an agentic coding command center. What does that change day to day?
It's a shift from one chat, one task, to managing multiple coding agents in parallel, long-running jobs, different branches, and reusable skills across app, command line, and integrated development environment workflows. OpenAI also stresses sandboxing plus permission defaults, so agents don't just roam free in your system.
Does the Windows release signal anything bigger?
It's a practical bet that agentic coding is becoming a daily tool, not a demo, and Windows is where a lot of enterprise dev happens. Also, tying access to ChatGPT subscription tiers hints that agent management is becoming a paid category, like version control once was.
Microsoft's Copilot blog on March 4th announced Copilot Studio upgrades aimed at building and governing agents at scale. What stood out?
They're leaning into enterprise realities, better agent evaluations, improved computer use automation, and governance hooks, like querying agent inventory through Azure Resource Graph. They also smoothed the workflow, generate agent icons in Agent Builder, then open those agents directly in Copilot Studio for deeper capabilities.
So less cool bot, more reliable coworker?
Exactly. The trend is, agents won't be adopted because they're clever. They'll be adopted because they're auditable, testable, and manageable. Enterprise buyers want iteration speed, but they also want a clipboard, a lock, and a paper trail.
Reuters, citing a Financial Times report on March 5th, says Nvidia stopped output of H200 chips intended for China and shifted TSMC capacity toward next-gen Vera Rubin. What's the strategic read?
It's Nvidia optimizing for where it expects durable demand and fewer regulatory surprises. If selling top-end parts into China remains constrained, reallocating capacity to the next platform is rational. Keep the product cadence moving, protect margins, and avoid building inventory you can't ship.
Does that ripple into availability elsewhere?
Potentially. Any major capacity reallocation can reshuffle lead times across the stack, accelerators, networking, even system builds, and it signals something else. Hardware roadmaps are now partly policy roadmaps. Not fun, but very real.
Staying on compute policy, TechCrunch reported March 5th that the U.S. is considering broad new restrictions that could require government approval to export advanced AI chips to many destinations. What changes if that happens?
It moves from targeted limits to a broader licensing posture. More approvals, more paperwork, more uncertainty for global buyers. The point is oversight of where high-end compute clusters get built, since chips are the physical bottleneck for frontier model training and national-scale deployments.
And for companies like Nvidia and AMD?
They'll push more product planning into compliance planning, what can ship, where, and with what performance caps. Also, customers may diversify suppliers or locations. The policy may slow some build-outs, but it can also accelerate domestic and allied country capacity.
Broadcom's fiscal Q1 2026 results, filed March 4th in an SEC 8K and press release, showed AI revenue of $8.4 billion, up 106% year over year, and a new share buyback up to $10 billion. What's driving it?
Two big engines, custom AI accelerators and AI networking. Broadcom sits in the pipes and the purpose-built silicon, so when hyperscalers scale clusters, they need both compute and connectivity. Broadcom also guided Q2 revenue to about $22 billion, signaling momentum.
A $10 billion buyback is confident.
Very. It says they think cash flows are resilient even with heavy AI investment cycles. Also a dry observation, when your AI line item grows 106%, buybacks feel like dessert after the very expensive entree.
Let's do a run of shorter headlines. First, healthcare. CVS Health announced March 5th via its newsroom a strategic partnership with Google Cloud focused on an AI-native consumer engagement platform under Health 100. What's the signal?
Its consumer experience meets clinical logistics, personalization, outreach, and navigation, powered by Google Cloud AI. For big healthcare brands, engagement is now a core battleground. If you can guide a patient well, you reduce cost and churn at the same time.
On government and safety, Federal News Network, March 5th, says OpenAI and the Defense Department adjusted their classified use arrangement, and Yahoo News, March 5th, says Canada ordered an OpenAI safety review after Sam Altman met with officials. What's common across both?
Clarifying boundaries. The DoD update emphasized prohibitions like domestic surveillance and autonomous weapons, and said intel agency use needs a separate agreement. Canada is pressing for a full report on detecting dangerous users and blocking banned users from returning. Same theme, usage constraints are becoming contractual, not just policy page text.
Money and machines, quickly. The Associated Press on March 4th said the White House touted a ratepayer protection pledge tied to powering AI data centers. Texas Instruments on March 5th announced a robotics collaboration with Nvidia. And TechCrunch on March 5th reported procurement startup Leo raised $30 million, led by Andreessen Horowitz. Give us the connective tissue.
Power is now a first-class constraint. Companies committing to new generation is a political pressure valve. On robots, TI's millimeter wave radar plus Nvidia Jetson Thor and Holoscan is about safer real-world perception. And Lio is part of the agent wave moving from chat into back-office systems that touch real spend.
All right, let's land this. Today's big arc was smarter models inside real work tools, agents getting management and governance, and compute getting reshaped by policy and supply decisions.
Yeah, and the subtext is maturity. Planning first models, permissioned coding agents, evaluated enterprise agents, and stricter chip oversight all point to AI moving from experimentation into infrastructure.
If this helped you track the moving pieces, share XPulse AI Morning Mix with a friend or coworker who likes their AI news tight and practical.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back with the next mix.